All right, so we've got some stuff to get into today. It seems that the weekend has been a fantastic one for protests, specifically how we say far right. What do they call us? Far right Christian nationalists, the scum of the earth. I suppose that's what they would call us. So there's two that I've seen on X that have been going viral. So I think we should definitely get into that. It is a very good day for the far right. So the first one is from Spain. On Saturday, around 11,000 supporters rallied in Madrid's iconic square as the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize winner received the gold medal of the Community of Madrid and the city's Golden Key from regional president Isabel Diaz Ayuso Machado, which is that lady there, a key opposition figure barred from Venezuela's 2024 race, praised President Trump's January military operation. Why wouldn't you? Of course, yes. That ousted Nicolas Maduro and urged exiles to prepare for a free Venezuela amid interim leader Delcy Rodriguez overstaying her mandate. She skipped a meeting with Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, highlighting political divides, while, of course, because there's many, because he is a terrorist sympathizer, while attendees like migrant Chelsea Penuela voiced hopes of returning only if the current government steps down. So this just happened yesterday, 11,000 people. Fantastic. Looks kind of, well, yeah, could be 11,000. So these are some of the things. More than 350,000. Yeah, that looks like a hell of a lot more than 11,000. But yeah, more than 350,000 have gathered in Madrid for pro-Trump. Imagine. Pro-Trump, anti-communist Venezuelan opposition leader Machado. This is what total annihilation of communism looks like. Yeah, exactly. I think it is about damn time. It's gone too far. Wow. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado walks out to a sea of thousands of supporters in Madrid. Machado had dedicated her Nobel Peace Prize to President Trump. She is refusing to meet with Spain's leftist PM Pedro Sanchez. Of course, right now, instead, meeting with right-wing opposition. Right-wingers must rise across Europe and Latin America. Could not agree more. So these are some of the clips from the protest. You don't really hear her talking or anything like that, which is a bit of a shame. It would have been nice to hear what she had to say. But yeah, it's just fantastic. And it's so great also to see the amount of people that are there. It lets you know that people are so fed up with all this crap. They're so fed up with the horde of PvP server country folks coming into the West. They're so tired of the rape gangs and the grooming gangs and all the flippin' craziness that the left is doing. They're so tired of all the fraud, all the corruption. And that's why it just lets you know how much crap is online, on social media, attempting to make it seem like the right wing is the minority. The right wing are the small amount of people that are disgruntled. No, it's actually in fact the majority. And it's continually the socialists and the leftists that are attempting to muddy the water to make it seem like, no, we're actually in the majority, when in real life, it's completely the opposite. And I understand that's obviously part of their strategy, because the more they can make it seem like they are the ones that have got the loudest voices, they're the ones that are in the majority, the more they try to do those tactics, the whole idea is for you to lose hope. For you to think, okay, actually maybe I'm the crazy one. maybe I'm the one that hasn't looked at all of the data accurately. Maybe I'm the one that's getting it all wrong. Maybe, in fact, the Democrats, maybe the liberals, maybe the socialists, maybe the Marxists actually have it right, even though your eyes tell you something very different, and logic and reason tell you something very different. It's a whole mind game, and it's a psyop that they're obviously trying to push. And this is fantastic, because it lets you know that if you're a based person, if you're on the right, if you're a Christian that doesn't agree with the Pope, if you are just using your brain, this kind of lets you know, the fact that there's 350,000 people here, it kind of lets you know that, you know what, I'm not the only one that's fed up with it. And it's okay to be fed up with it. It's okay to be frustrated about it. In fact, we should be. So let's see what else we've got here. If you ever feel stupid, remember that Maria Corina Machado gave her Nobel Prize to the guy who just threatened to destroy an entire... okay, it's one of those. And anyway, we just read that she didn't give her prize. She dedicated it to... She didn't actually give her prize to him. Yeah, I don't know about all that. It seems a bit fake to me. Because yeah, it says here. Highlights. Yeah, she dedicated her prize to him. She didn't give it to him. Well, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. So what? What else we got? Okay, so just more of the same, really. Yeah, it's a lot of people, man. Breaking hundreds of thousands are out on the streets of Madrid marching against communism. Yeah. And if you just go look at history, from the 1900s up until today. Communism has never worked. Communism causes untold loss of life, untold oppression, untold starvation, untold famine. They're the dictators. Communists have always been dictators. When they get into power, they will decimate their societies. Okay, it's really just more of the same. America first is right here in our own hemisphere, and we need to focus on what is and is not happening. Wake up, President at real Donald Trump. This sea of Venezuelans in Madrid is not asking for favors. It is demanding respect for our own desire for freedom. Millions of us voted for you because you promised to put an end to narco-terrorist state that is now headed by the cartel. Yeah, okay. So that was the one protest anyway in Spain. Fantastic, based. And then the other one was in the UK, specifically in Manchester. Britain First holds St. George's Rally in Manchester amid counter-protests. Of course, you'd always have the counter-protests. Around 1,000, and it definitely looks like a lot more than 1,000. Participants gathered on Store Street near Piccadilly Station for the far right group's early St. George's Day march to St. Peter's Square, chanting anti-Islam and anti-migration slogans. Based anti-fascist counter-protests blocked tram tracks in Piccadilly Gardens, leading Greater Manchester Police to deploy hundreds of officers, mounted units, and minimal force like possible pepper spray to prevent clashes. 3 arrests occurred for public order offences, with no injuries reported, and the event wrapped up peacefully by mid-afternoon as trams and roads reopened. Cool, so let's get into this one. So yeah, you've got all the beautiful flags. Send them back.
We got Wesley Winter here as well. We love Wes.
Yeah, man, people are fed up. People are fed up. And rightfully so. Okay, here's a slightly longer one. Let's see what this one's about. Here's Storm was a what? There's a lot more than 1,000 people.
March on the way proper now. We're getting into the spirit of things. Nice to see.
Sounds also bad on these damn things, man.
Never seen so many people all together. It goes on forever in all directions.
And you'll notice everybody's just chilling, peaceful, not crashing out, they're not burning things. There's a nice little doggy over there. They're not burning buildings, not freaking setting fire to anything, not breaking anything, walking nicely down the road, chilling. They're also not angry, just American flag there as well. Yeah, great. That's a lot of people. Yeah, man, people are fed up, and rightfully so. They should be. When's it gonna stop? It needs to stop. Let's turn that down. Don't know what the rest are gonna be like. Did I read this one? Wow, the British citizens are rising. Keir Starmer replaced his own citizens with third world invaders. True, which turned Manchester into a grooming hell. True, today the natives finally snapped. His treason will end in the streets. Absolutely. Okay, we don't need to hear that again. Powerful scenes in Manchester this afternoon. Thousands of patriots have taken to the streets, marching with Britain first. The British public is finally opening their eyes to the madness taking over our country. The awakening is real. Yeah. Nah, gotta be. Gotta be. And again, the stark difference is just incredible. That's why, you know, it always makes me laugh with these anti-fascist organizations, these radical left-wing organizations. They'll continually criticize the normal folks like this of being the violent ones, of being the aggressors. Look, another doggy. They'll always criticize them of being the aggressors, of them inciting violence. Look at what they're doing. Exactly nothing. They're chilling, walking down the road peacefully. There's no violence. There's no, you know, there's no one's crashing out. They're just peacefully walking. But these are the ones that are criticized as the radicals by the left. And it's so crazy. And yet you look at how the leftists operate when they do protests. You look at how they crash out and you look at how they carry on. And I mean, it's a completely different world that they live in. You know, that whole perception versus reality thing, it's really in their brains. It's a mental disease. It is. It really, really is. New thousands march with Britain first this afternoon in Manchester. Yeah, another one. This was Manchester today. Even Labour's strongholds are waking up and turning on PM Keir Starmer. Nationalism is inevitable. Yeah, I can believe it. I can absolutely believe it. You know, you think you're all for Labour. You think you're all for the socialist movements. You think you're all for the Marxist movements. And then you start seeing what they do. You start seeing the policies that they put in place. You start seeing the ideology and the agenda and how it's fundamentally against Western civilization. And you as a Western person, you might start off going down that road, but eventually you start seeing the agenda getting enacted and then putting these policies in place, you should come to the logical conclusion that, wait, this is crazy. I can see with my own eyes that these agendas and these policies are actually crippling the country, and it's going to lead to the destruction of the Western Christian civilization. You have to start seeing it. Well, here's another person that clearly doesn't see it. Paul Golding ordered his henchmen to remove an elderly woman who was standing alone and wearing a t-shirt that read, "Racism is not patriotism." Great. Fantastic. I mean, look at this lady. What is she doing? She should maybe just rather go home and have herself a nice cup of tea and just maybe do some sewing or some scrapbooking or something like that. Maybe just, you clearly don't understand what the hell is going on. Just, yeah, maybe just rather go home. Check out his shirt. Whose fault? Faced. Yep. Rosary. Yeah. Great. 100%.
I'm not going to interfere with it.
I know, but you're not going to, you can't be in here. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Everyone, please keep filtering through into the square as quickly as possible.
If I fall, I can't.
Say that back a bit. I just want to hear what he says.
Yeah, so please be private.
I'm not going to interfere with it.
I know, but you're not going to, you can't be in here. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Everyone, please keep filtering through into the square as quickly as possible.
If I fall, I can't. I know you've done that.
Yes,
What a dwarf lady.
And the other guy have tweeted that they're on record.
Something about crashing out because some people are tweeting about, geez, like these women. Allah, who the F is Allah? Well, the British are out in force today in Manchester. We are taking our country back. Got it. Islam has no place in Britain. Yeah. Just do yourself a favor and honestly, just go look at the history between Christianity and Islam. It's not that difficult. Yeah. Throughout history, Islam has been a plague. Throughout history. And they can't be reasoned with because the ideology is world domination. The ideology is you have to kill every Christian and every Jew. You can't reason with them. What's this? Britain First racists. Okay, oh, here we go. Okay. Britain First racists are on the streets of Manchester today chanting Allah, Allah, who the F is Allah. If this was an anti-Jewish chant, all hell would break loose. That is objectively not true. There is so much anti-Semitism. I mean, look at the left with their anti-Semitism. Look at the horseshoe conservatives. Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, the Hodge twins. There's a clear agenda against the Jews. Definitely. And again, it's not about being pro-Jew. It's not about being any of that kind of stuff. It's, you know, I'm Christian first. It's obviously Christians first. The Jews are just objectively less violent than the Muslims are. Objectively. Yep.
Everyone, Coming out. Everyone move back a little bit. Everyone move back. I'm going to overrule that fella. I'm going to go in the front.
Tell that one, please. Tell that one.
Have to look after the back.
Nobody's busy crashing out. Nobody's busy going crazy. Video after video after video. I found footage of her getting surrounded after she booed them. And yeah, once again, it's peaceful until you have one of these. And again, even the way they deal with them is also peaceful. For context, I was just watching a TikTok live stream of a Britain First protest in Manchester when a woman at a bus stop booed them. Okay, so obviously the alt-right Christian nationalists, bad Christian nationalists, whatever. They then surrounded her, calling her fat, ugly, and a B word, with one even making comments about her breasticles. Police had to step in and protect her. Oh, please. No, but it's about time. Honestly, you know what? They've labeled us. They've called us all sorts of names. And we're fine with it. The thing is, we mustn't keep quiet. You know, the same energy that they have, we should have it too. Because you can't reason with them.
Sorry, fella.
Jeez, like, lady, go home. Maybe learn a bit of history, maybe, huh? Cross, nice. Yep. By wearing a helmet, nice. Yeah, fine, normal. What does Tommy say? Chance of send them back as Patriots hit Manchester for Britain First St. George's Day March. Yeah. Okay, last one. Shocking scenes in Manchester as police use horses and pepper spray to repress the anti-racists. Based, yeah. While far-right Britain First are free to march. Yes, correct. Yeah. Because the far-right are for their country and they're tired of immigration. And they're tired of these illegals taking over. And they're tired of the grooming gangs. And they're tired of the rape gangs. And they're tired of the fraud because of the socialists and Marxists. Yes, absolutely. Based. 100%. While far-right Britain First are free to march through one of the most cities in the UK. Through one of them. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Well, leftist. Without recourse. WTF. Please. And they've always got these bloody drums, always making such a racket, these people. Jeez. Ah, the Nazis come now. Okay, the typical. Always, and look at how they look. Jeez, like these people, honestly, covering their faces all the time. Who covers their faces? Criminals. Criminals cover their faces. Always. Always with the drums with their little making a noise. Yeah, it's about time that little paint tins and such. these fucking people, honestly. And it's good. It's about time the damn cops went after them. These people are menaces. What's going on there? Look at this one. Looks like one of those people, those, you know, those National Geographic people that go look at go study animals and live in tents for years and years and...
Yeah, there's a phone, I have seen it. Somewhere.
Oh, we're getting oppressed, we're getting oppressed. Oh. Run away, guys. The scary alt-right people are coming. No, dude, it's about freaking time. That's what the police should be doing. That's exactly what the police should be doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think it's fantastic. It is logical. It's about time that people started doing more of this. There should be freaking almost every weekend there should be a protest. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I'll check you guys on the next one. Cheers.